Hi, so this is Miss Dainard, my CT, and she's going to answer some questions about the limited role of students, the limited role of teachers, and the limited role of family and community. All right, so what are some ways that you involve your students to get them passionate or engaged in the material?
It all starts with, at the beginning of the year, doing the icebreaker activities where I get to know more about my students and their interests and things like that. Once I have that basic background, I can then build off of it and make connections throughout each daily lesson. I try to incorporate events that are real world, everyday events that my students can connect to help make connections with material as well. So pretty much just doing those types of things.
Yeah. All right, and so for your limited role as a teacher, do you feel that you have a say in what you can teach?
As my role being a department chair, I have more role in what I can teach in that I can choose what grade level of things like that. I have chosen to be involved with scope and sequence and curriculum adoption so I can help direct what type of curriculum and materials like that we purchase to use. But other than that, I have my specific set of standards that need to be met and addressed, and that's it. So I guess there isn't really choosing.
Yeah.
We have a very scripted as to what we're supposed to do.
Right, right. And so thoughts on generalization of like teaching or to a test specifically?
We do teach to a test in the sense that we are all held accountable based on state testing results regarding the amount of funding we get at each school. If we don't meet those AYP results, then we get punished. Therefore, unfortunately, we do have to do a lot of things that do, quote unquote, teach to the test.
Do you feel like that limits you?
It could be considered limiting. We've tried to, through our PLC, make adjustments and modifications to use what we have and then try to tie it together with those testing practices. So we end up kind of modifying the curriculum to meet the needs of what they're assessed on. Therefore, we kind of kill two birds with one stone. And so it becomes intertwined, and the kids don't necessarily know the difference that, well, we're doing it because of MSP or something like that.
Right.
So.
Okay. So when it comes to family and like the parents and community involvement, do you feel like that's kind of they make an impact, or the parents communicate with you, or need to be improved?
In middle school, that's one of the hardest things we have. In sixth grade, they're still very connected. The parents are very involved because they're coming from elementary school where they had one teacher and they get more concerned about grades. Now they have 6 teachers, etc. However, I found in 7th grade and 8th grade parent involvement is very limited, and it's actually very, very, very challenging to get parents involved. Many are very resistant to it. Many don't return your emails or return your phone calls. Some parents I have constant contact with, some parents I never hear anything from. So it can be very frustrating, and the parents that you need to talk to are always the ones you can never get a hold of, or never come to parent conferences, or never do anything like that. So it's very frustrating.
Yeah, definitely. So I know you guys have the 2-hour or like the half days on Friday. Do you feel like that contributes to success in your classroom?
So most districts do an early release or a late start. Here in Marysville, we do early release on Friday, and it's broken into 3 different types of categories where we're either doing school improvement or professional development, or it's teacher-directed time so we can grade papers and get organized, or it's PLC where we're working with a team and discussing data and making changes. Again, since I'm a department head, I'm involved in all of those roles. So for me, it's very productive and a great use of time because I'm using that time to discuss data and to make instructional improvements and changes. I actually never have time to do anything for myself in my room. It ends up trying to get everybody else organized or help make changes for everyone else. But if I didn't have that 2-hour, that would be 2 hours more every week that I'm in my classroom on top of contract. So yes, it is very, very beneficial for me.
Yeah.
Awesome. And it's at the end of the week and we're completely brain dead. But then, so
yeah. Time to be done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Those were all the questions we had, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.